I am checking the mic. Let's see. So today we will be going over checking the checking the mic. Uh, I'm sorry. Okay, checking mic. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. All right, welcome, welcome, welcome. So let's get on into this. We will be before you go to bed tonight. I wanted to leave you with Psalms 29, and I wanted to do it on the whiteboard. Um, and so we'll be going to the whiteboard today. But let me start off by introducing myself and and start off by saying hello and welcome here today. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We'll be going over Psalms 29, Psalms 29, which is I'll be reading the King James version, and we're go over, gonna try to go over the whole verse from 1 to 11, verses 1 to 11, and we're gonna go down it one by one because you really need it for you tonight before going to bed. That way, when anything that's trying to raise up against you, you'll begin to know that it cannot. You understand? You'll know that it cannot. All right? So, welcome back to the Freedom from the Night. Today we are going on to another informational piece in the life of the Bible verses, and you can always catch this information in my mini playlist going over each and every part in the Bible. So even if I move on to another book, chapter and verse, it will always be under a playlist where you will find what you need. Um, but I'm diving into the powerful messages these verses bring into our everyday life. Welcome, 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 mixed class. So let's get started. We are doing Psalms 29, and we're going over to the whiteboard. So let's go right on into the whiteboard. Hmm. Ah, okay, there we go. All right, we are going into the whiteboard on Psalms 29. All right, hold on, let me stretch out a little bit. Ah, stretching out a little bit. So, all right, so let's go to the whiteboard real quick. Okay, so this is Psalms 29. That's what we'll be going over today. Psalms 29. And I want you to be seated, to relax, and to know that first and foremost, how much God loves you. Okay? God loves you. Hold on, let me see here. Uh, okay. So I'm going to use the King James Version. I'm not saying that you have to read the King James Version, but I'm saying that's the originator. But that's what I'm reading from. Okay. So let's start off with my stick figure. Okay. And the stick figure that is always going to be a stick figure. Okay. It's always going to be a stick figure. All right. But guess what? This is you. This is you. All right. This is you, the stick figure. Right. All right. This is you. Okay. This is you. Okay. Am I still here? Okay. Hopefully. Hopefully you can see me here. But hold on. How can I? So, so what you see is this is you. Every time you read that Bible, what you're going to do is you're going to get information and you're going to learn more and more about you. This is not about reading this Bible to attack anybody. This is not about reading this Bible to come at people and you know, basically debate them about their head knowledge. Like this is not really about you doing that. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like this is about you becoming more and more like Christ. That's what this is about. So I wanted to go into this before in Psalms 29, from verses 1 all the way down to 11. And I wanted to show this to you by putting you in it because God wants you to know that this is for you. And then when you get a chance, you will associate this same thing for your neighbor because although this is for you and you are to put yourself in this, you need to walk out in this every single day as though your neighbor is to be this too. And if they are not in this type of formation, that means that they missing out. I'm gonna be real with you. They are missing out. And especially if they are trying to get you, manipulate you into becoming just like them. And let's just, I mean, not, let me say that again. Manipulation is this. This is what the Lord showed me what manipulation is. You see this here that I'm right here that I'm making right here. This is a flower. Supposed to be a flower. All right. This flower is not blossomed yet. Okay. This flower has not blossomed yet. But this is what manipulation is. Okay. So so you have to get out of this and into sorry, into this. All right. You got to come from this being closed up flower right here, just manipulated, being able to be manipulated as well. You want to come from this, and you want to come into being to this right here, and you want to build on this figure over time. Okay, so you're no longer this over here. You want this flower to bloom. You want it to look really nice. Okay? You want this flower to bloom. Right? I'm trying my best. You want you want this flower to bloom. You want it to blossom, right? You don't want it to be closed. You want it open. All right? So, but you just don't want to be opened to anything. Okay? You don't want to be opened to anything, right? So let's start in Psalms verse 1. In Psalm verse 1, if you take out your Bible and you go to, I'm in King James Version, I'm going to take you through it and what it means for you. So in Psalms chapter 29, it says, give unto the Lord, right? It said, give unto the Lord, O ye mighty. Okay, let's start off there. It says, give unto the Lord, O ye mighty. So, in other words, it's saying to you as children of God, okay, because that's who you are. You are children of God. So it's saying to you, children of God, give unto the Lord. Okay. So I'm gonna say in other words, this is what it is basically saying. It's saying be the piece of art God has created in the first place. Okay? That's what this is mainly saying. It's saying to you, be the piece of art God has created. in the first place. That's what God is looking for you to be. He wanting you to give. To give means to be. Be. In order to give, you got to be that. You got to start off in that. That's being of that. So he wants you to be the piece of art God has created in the first place. That's all he is wanting. Okay? That's what he wants from his children. All right? And that's verse 1. He said, "Give unto the Lord, O ye mighty." Right? So you, let me see. You are the mighty. Sorry. He's talking about you, mighty one. And you're not mighty because of yourself. This, in order for him to say to give to him, that means that he has put this inside of you. That means he's put something inside of you and he wants it back in return. Do you understand? Because when it, you know how other evil people, when they give you something, they want it back, right? Well, the Lord, he has given you something, meaning he wants you to be who he has created you to be in the first place, and he wants you to give that back. And he wants you to get it back through this, by you being this mighty one, meaning you are in the structure of God. He wants you to be in the structure in which he has already placed before your whole being. Like he wants that. He wants your body to be what he has created. You know, he never wanted you to become and go through the wilderness in like what you are doing now. He always wanted you to be that piece of art that he has created already. Mighty one, you are the mighty. And not because of your own stuff, but because of what he created. What God has created, right? He created that piece of art. He made it as mighty as it can be. So when you stand upright, which it says in other verses, when you stand upright, meaning stand in the stature of being that created thing, created person, in which God has done a very good deed to do, you are standing in the mightiest of the mightiest of things that you are. Do you understand? Like this ain't because of us that we mighty. It's because of what God has created. He created us. We just didn't plant ourselves here. We didn't. God created a piece of art that is you. He created you, a piece of art. All right? Mighty, stop acting like you're not. He created you. That's life. Some life into you. Let's continue to speak some life into you, because Obviously, you don't know who you really are. Now, let's go on, and it says, all right, so as it says, give unto the Lord, O ye mighty. It says also, give unto the Lord glory and strength. You know what that's saying? It's saying, it's telling you to be. Number one, it's saying be. Just be. It's still saying be unto God what you was meant to be. Do you get what I'm saying? He's saying, he's saying, be unto God what he created you to be. He's still saying it. He's saying, be the piece of art God has created you to be in the first place. On them days that he worked a mighty thing when you came into fruition, when you came into this place. Be what he created you to be in the first place. Be unto God what he created you to be. You understand? And then what he say it was? He said, wait, I'm sorry. He said, what he say? He said, glory and strength. Do you see this? He said, glory and strength. That's what you are. You are this glory and strength. And it's not because of you, it's because God said, and this is what the Lord is saying to you, be unto God what he created you to, what he created you to be. Do you understand? Glory and strength. You are mighty, blossoming like a flower. You are the glory. Hold on, let me make this circle. And you are the strength. You get that blossoming like the flower that you are. You are the mighty. You are the glory. You are the strength. That's a blossoming flower that you are. Do you understand this? And he says, and two, as you go to number two says in here in the Bible of Psalms 29. That's what I'm reading. This is number one. Hold on. Uh, I'll put it down here. Okay. So number two says, hold on, let me see. Hold on. Okay. So number two says, Number two says, give unto the Lord the glory due unto his name. So what you think this further saying to you? To you. What you think this further saying to you? Huh? What it's saying? It's saying be. It's saying it say give, which is the same thing as saying be. Be. Just be. He's already given you what you need. So just be. Be unto the Lord the glory due unto his name. So what is saying again? Be unto the Lord the glory due unto his name. So let me see. Can I make this smaller? Ah, trying to see if I can push this over to move it out the way so you can see it. Okay, so number two is basically telling you, it's not basically telling you, it's telling you, be unto the Lord the glory due unto his name. You know how some people think that the Lord glory can't be shared with you. But if he created you, he is already sharing his glory with you. He already doing such a thing. He just not sharing his glory with those who thinking that they doing this without him. Do you understand? That's why with him, all you doing is just being that piece of art that he created you to be in the first place. Do you get what I'm saying? Those who are on the outside of that are not being what he has created them to be in the first place. They're not doing that. This just not what they're doing. Hopefully you still can see what I'm doing. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. Okay? It's a lot of people that are not being what the Lord has given them to be. Do you understand that? That's that. Like, be unto the Lord the glory due unto his name. If the Lord is wanting you to just to be the piece of art that he has created in the first place, all you got to do is just be that. Be unto God what he created you to be. Be unto the Lord the glory due unto his name. Meaning just be it. Mighty one, glory and strength. Be. Be it. You're not doing this of your own. You're not. You are something that God has created. For those children of God who know that you are children of God, you know that you're not being this of your own. You did not create yourself. And also know that your mother and your father didn't create you. Okay? It's a difference between being the creator of you and a person who carried you. Okay? In the womb. That's different. That's totally different. Hold on, let me see something here. And okay. So, oops. All right. So that's what Psalms 29 is getting off into. Let's go a little further into Psalms 29. It goes on to say in number 2, it says, worship the Lord in the beauty of holiness. You get that? Like it's hey, come along, come on now. It's telling it said right here, and still in number 2, it says, worship the Lord in the beauty of holiness. Meaning be. It's still telling you to be in the Lord in all of his beauty and holiness. Do you get it? Like it's telling you to be in the Lord in all, be in the Lord in all of his beauty and holiness. His. He is what created you. So you have to be in the Lord in all of his beauty and his holiness. Be worshiping that stuff, meaning gather up everything that God has created in you to do, the might and the strength, mighty glory and strength. In all that stuff that the Lord has created you to be, worship in spirit and in truth. Worship in that, in the spirit, is being in the truth. Worship in that, all of that. So, worship for short just means worshiping, meaning stay there, always remain there, never move from that position. Always make sure that whenever you go outside and you walk, make sure that you always stand girded up in the spirit every time. Don't try to break free. Don't try to move on. Don't try to do nothing less than this area over here, in this holiness, in this beautifulness, which is the Lord our God. Don't try to break out of that. Worship means to stay in that, consistently trying to bombard the earth and its demands. Instead, you demand to stay where you are. So worship is just like you just putting your demand on it. I'm staying here. You demanding that you gonna stay here. That's what worshiping is. Worshiping is like you demanding to stay over here in this in this portion. You not trying to break this portion. The spirit and in truth. You not going nowhere. Do you understand? You don't, it doesn't matter what nobody says. It don't matter what nobody do. You are demanding your space. Because worship only means that you don't care how you looking, right? When you worship, you don't care how you looking, right? You demanding because you stepping on the ground. You know how people worship, they just do the little dance in that one little spot to that ground just about to shake almost. So you basically putting your foot down in that place. in that holy place, in that beautiful place. And you're not moving. You're not budging. Okay. No matter what it looked like, you're not going nowhere. You worshiping right there in the spirit. You ain't going over there on nobody else area. You in your area, just dance. Boom, boom, boom. You ain't moving for nobody. You just praising the Lord. Now, number 3 says, the voice of the Lord is upon the waters. Ah, what that means for you? You know what that means for you? That, like I just said, you're not moving anywhere. You're not going anywhere. You're in this space, stumping the floor down, worshiping. That's what worshiping is. You're demanding this territory over here in the spirit, and you're not being moved from it no matter what. Because it's a lot of things you look at, it's a lot of things you hear, it's a lot of things you see outside of this area here. You're gonna see it. It's gonna come about. Those will be what I told you that are the not the real waters, but those are the waters that's not got nothing to do with, the walking on the water like Moses did. That's that drowning water that covers your body over time, cause you didn't you didn't walked over and start worshiping a whole nother God. So it says the voice of the Lord is upon the waters. So that's letting you know that when it's pertaining to you, when it come to you, you stick figure that I got right here. That's you. When it comes to you, when it comes to you, what I want you to know is this, that the voice of the Lord is upon you. Okay? Always know that. The voice of the Lord is right there with you. Voice of the Lord is going to always be right there with you. Right there. The voice of the Lord is going to be always right there with you. Okay? And where he's going to be, what he's going to be with, those waters. His voice is always going to be there, right there with you when those waters come about. Okay? He going to right there. He going to be right there with you when them waters come about. Yeah. It's and it's going to be some waters that come. They going to come and they going to go. They going to try to take and bum rush you and pull you away. But do always know that as long as you are in the spirit, as long as you stay in the spirit, the voice of the Lord is going to be right there with you, even in those times. Do you get what I'm saying? Do you get what I'm saying? Because them waters going to rise up. They going to come about. Them falsified waters that I told you about, they're going to come. They going to come. It's going to be plenty of people that's trying to come up against you to force you to walk in another kind of way. That's always. I mean, they going to say stuff to get you out of line. They going to stir up strife to they going to even be nice to you and act like they ain't even trying to stir up strife. But them waters are rising up. But as they are rising up, always know the voice of the Lord is still going to be right there with you, calming them waters down. Do you get what I'm saying? The voice of the Lord is going to always be right there with you, calming those waters down when they rise up, especially on you, because God is going to only be looking at you, right? And not to say that he's not going to be looking at them. He's going to be looking at them, but he's going to be looking at you. Do you get me? He's not going to be like, "Oh, just because this person hit you, I'm going to get them." That's that's not how this going to go. He's still going to be looking at you and seeing what you're going to do in those times where when them waters start flowing up to the point where you so emotionally drawn, and then to the point where you are drawn away from God with that water, and how it's going to take you away from God, because it's how strong them water's going to be at times. He looking at you to see if you're going to be like, "Lord, Lord, help." Reaching out your hands to him. "Lord, help. Help me, God. Help me, Lord. Help me." Yes, Lord. He gonna be looking and seeing if that's what it's really gonna be. If that's what it is. Is that what it is? Yes. You wanna know if that's what it really is. Is that what it is? Is that what it is? Children of the Most High God. Is that what it is? Is that what it is? Hold on, let me see. Yes. Hmm. Is that what it is? Hold on, let me see. Mm, hold on. Put this new layout right here so you can see what I wrote here. The voice of the Lord is right there with you, waters. But you're not the water. If the water is the overflowing of the emotional stuff that builds up over time, all of that stuff that can build up and make depression, all that stuff that can build up and cause Alzheimer's diseases, because that's what Alzheimer's really is. It's just the waters that has over flooded you over time, because of, let's say you may have 5 or 6 kids. You may have one child, and that child may be a lot, and you gotta do a lot of speaking and talking and doing a lot of explaining and twisting and turning and all kind of stuff. Alzheimer's will be the results of that water over flooding, which is why you're going to need the help of God. Children of God, you're going to need the help of God. We don't want you to be with no sickness, no death, no disease. You need help with them children. And I'm not talking about people, I'm talking about God. You need God's help. Stay in the spirit. Stay there and ask God for help. Speak out to him. You in his spirit. He's over you. He's covering you. He's over all of this. This is what makes you mighty. This is what makes glory and strength be you, because you are in the spirit. Now, if I go on, it says that the God of glory, he thunder, right? He thunder. What you think that means for you, children of God? He thunders. So what's that? Number four? No, that's still number three. The God of glory thunder. That's saying to you as a child of God that he's still in operation. He is still in operation, waiting, not even waiting. So I can't say waiting because he's right there, right there. He's right over you. He's over you. You're in his spirit. So he is still in operation. Let's just say that. He's still in operation. Let's make that a little smaller. There we go. He is still in operation, which means that when them waters rise up, because that's what they're going to do, the voice of the Lord is still going to be right there with you, and he going to be still in operation doing what he needs to do to maintain that water. Do you understand? He not going nowhere. He going to be smoothing out that water to where you walking on the water like Moses. Do you understand? He going to be there to smooth it out for you. He not going nowhere. Then what it say underneath there? The Lord is upon many waters. Many waters. Do you got what I'm saying? It's a many waters. It could be this person in your life. It could be this person in your life. It could be this person in your life. Do you understand? It could be a lot of people in your life that's making you upset, that's stirring you for strife, that's making you, you know, and they can't make you do anything. So what I'm saying to you is that's you are responding to these people in such a way. You're responding. So your to them, your response to them is what's going to be looked at. You got what I'm saying? Your response to them, you know, to these people that's making you do what you do. Because they can't make you do anything. But your response to them is what's going to be looked at. Okay? Because even though this person just came up to you, stirred you up, this person right here came up to you, they stirred you up and said, hey, you want to go play, you want to go enjoy, you want to go have fun and do the blah blah blah. They did not force you to go do anything. Now they can come up against you and start really being aggressive and really being assertive and so forth and so on. Now, the Lord does say that when they have done those things, they can't then say, "Oh, I didn't make you do nothing. I didn't make." No, because God gonna get them for falsely making you look a certain type of way, right? For falsely making you look a certain way, but they was aggressive with you. They forced themselves to a certain degree, right? Which is still evil, which is still plotting, which is still planning, right? God's still going to look at them and he's still going to make his judgment regardless of what they saying and what they doing, okay? God's still going to make his judgment on those evil people that's gathered around you. But all you need to do is just not make a step out of the presence of God. Do you got what I'm saying? Like like some stuff you can't even control. But at the same time, do know, do not step out of the presence of God though. You still always remain in the presence of God. That should be always your response. No matter what they tussle and what they try to do to get you out of that spirit. You got what I'm saying? Because again, them waters, God said, them waters upon waters, it's going to always sprout up. They going to always be there, slandering your character and slandering your name, getting you out of character. They're going to always add to you evil upon evil. Do know that. That's what them waters going to do because they falsify waters, right? Now, what it says, it goes on to say, the voice of the Lord is powerful. Do you see this? It goes on to say in 4. Now we on to number 4. It says, number 4 says that the voice of the Lord is powerful. So we're going to say this. This is what we're going to say. God's voice is powerful. Not, no more need to be said. No more need to be said. God's voice is powerful. Period. It's nothing that they can do when God's voice gets to operating because you still, even though they may have, they may have forced you to go a certain way so that so that you can look like you agreed with them. But guess what God's going to do in that area? Because sometimes, like I said, sometimes people can be very aggressive, very assertive, and they got a little more power than you. I mean, let's be real. Some men are more they got a little more muscles than a woman does. And their argument cannot be that she did that on her own or she did that. That cannot be the case. But at the same time, there are some men that just don't want to move out of the will of God. And they can also, even though they are a strong man, they can still be moved too by a woman and her words and the way she is and how her demeanor could be, you know? I mean, stuff does happen. You know what I'm saying? But it still don't make you less of a child of God when these things do happen. because you still did you want that? Did your mind say, "Oh, for a little while, of course, okay, some let's say for example, some of y'all minds may go off a little bit, you know, because once you are being drawn, let's say once you are being drawn away with your lust, right? Which is what these many waters are. These here are, I'm sorry. That's what these many waters are. These are people who are driving you away, right? These are these many waters over here, these many waters that are driving you away with the lust. I'm gonna write down many waters. Okay, these are those many waters that will accumulate onto you, right? Because see, they separated now, but soon they will be added to you. These here are considered spirits that will be added to you eventually. Okay, if you agree with them on the physical outside, guess what? Now these have joined forces with you because now they became your problem. And now they living on the inside of you as your waters because you have allowed them uh that space, you have allowed them that space, right? But if you don't give them that space, meaning that you don't even, you know, even though they may have a little more uh, um, wordings or just a little more manipulation, like this flower being closed and not blossomed all the way, which I was saying, they a little more manipulating, just a little more manipulating than you are. I mean, somebody that can really manipulate you can really cause you to do some damage to you. Okay, to you. So so even besides all of that, let me get back to what I'm saying because I don't want to keep you too long. Even besides all of that, it says the voice of the Lord is powerful. You still need to be searching, not even searching, you still need to be staying, being unto God what He created you to be. Okay? You need to still be the piece of art God has created in the first place. You still need to be that. Do you understand? Like, that's what it is. And you need to still be unto the Lord the glory, that glory due into unto his name that you are to be. You. You are that person. you that you that man, that woman. You are that child. You that all that was created. Perfect because God created it. Understand? You are that. All that. So the voice of the Lord is powerful. So when you calling upon him, when you in them waters, in them times of them waters, and them things is going on, while they're going on and so on and so forth, the many waters, when they going on, you need to understand this, that God's voice is powerful. You need to understand that. So what you need to be doing then? Calling on the Lord God. You need to be, while you yet in that spirit, Do not, do not, I repeat, do not give them access to your whole entire being to make you look like a mockery unto God. No, 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 no. Even if they think they won and they done did all this stuff and all that to you, they may have thought they won. You understand? But they still have not won, even though they think they've done a lot of stuff to you, or they getting away with a lot of stuff on you and towards you. They may think like they getting away with a lot of stuff, but that's not true. That's not true. It's time for you to get into God's voice. Because that voice is powerful. So you need to be taking heed, taking listening tips, or should I say, taking listening trips to the Lord. Lord, help. Help me, Lord. I need you, Lord God, right now. Right now, Lord. Because them many waters gonna tempt you. And it's gonna try to get into your mind to make you do things you are not to do to someone else. So, whoa, 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 whoa. That's when you got to get that voice. Because his voice is still in operation. He's still operating. He ain't stopped. You think just because of something else happened and you got thrown off that he stopped operating? No, God still operates. Do you understand me? And then it goes on to say, the voice of the Lord is full of majesty. Hey, see, it's telling you to take heed to that. Don't think that God is not there. He's still there. That voice gonna do a lot of wonders. Cause it says that what it say? It says that that voice. It says that God's voice is powerful. It says his voice is powerful. It also says that his voice is full of majesty. Hold on, let me see. Oh, sorry. Oh, it says his voice is powerful. His voice is full of majesty. That means that his voice is more than these waters. You got what I'm saying? It's telling you that his voice is a whole lot more than these running waters that keep running all over and through you and 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 upon your head. These waters here ain't got nothing on God's voice. Do you get what I'm saying? These waters ain't got nothing on God's voice. Nothing. Nothing. So I'm going to end right there. But do you get what I'm saying? I want you to understand that these prayers, these uh that Psalms 29 and all of them are some prayers that you can be praying in your time of need. Pray to the Lord your God, because that voice that he has is powerful and full of majesty over these waters, these here waters, of these people, these evil people. Do you understand? Because that's what they is. Evil people. And they also are what? They also are man in their faces. So these evil people, which are also men in their faces, why are you? Don't worry about that. Because the voice of the Lord is more powerful than these many running waters of these evil people and these men in their faces. You understand? Very much so powerful, way more powerful than that. So the Lord wants you, child of God, look at it. So the Lord wants you to stop worrying about these people and what they got going on. And he wants you to know that his voice is powerful. He gonna do what he gonna do to these people that think that they rising up against you. All he wants you to do in the first place of Psalms 29 is to be the piece of art that God has created you to be in the first place. And what else? Be unto God what he created you to be. And what else? Be unto the Lord the glory that's due unto his name, meaning be what he created you to be. Be the art that he has uh created you to be. Do that. Be in the Lord. Be in that holiness. Be in that beautifulness. Do you understand? Because regardless of what the evil people do and these men in their faces make, because men in faces can also be their mouth. A mouth has a face. Not only just the face has a face, a mouth has a mouth has a face too. And you could be looking in to the face of their mouth every time, and all you see is a grave, a deadly grave in their mouth. That's their face too. You can see a many places where you see people and they faces. It don't have to be their face, it could be their mouth. It could be the flesh of their body and all the stuff, all the skin is coming off of their bodies that you see in the spirit realm, that you will see in the spirit realm. If you don't see it, you'll see it. Yeah, that could be faces too that you are up against, those faces you seeing. Come on now. But what you really need to know is the voice of the Lord is right there with you. And he will do some things. He's still gonna be in operation. His voice is powerful. His voice is great. It's full of majesty. Don't underestimate the power of the Lord's voice. Don't do that. So that's as far as I got with that. Stay blessed. Stay tuned for more. Bye for now. It's my little whiteboard. Hopefully you was able to see the little whiteboard. But stay blessed. Stay tuned for more. Bye for now. Salute to you, soldiers. Salute to you. Thank you for joining me today. If you found this insightful, please like, share, and subscribe. For more Bible study with your host, Shantae, please leave your thoughts on these verses in the comments down below. Stay blessed. Bye for now. Hmm.